Rosé's point of view. I was busy packing my things when suddenly my phone rang. I checked my phone to see who it was, and it was Lisa. She suddenly told me that she wants to hang out. Fortunately, I'm free for the rest of the day, and I really miss that monkey. Lisa, she was like everything to me when we were young. When she left Thailand to study in Korea, I did everything I could to find her here. Actually, I got a huge crush on her, especially now that she matured. I hope she's not in a relationship. Maybe I have a chance. I am currently in a coffee shop a few blocks from my apartment, waiting for her. While scrolling through my social media, someone spoke. "Excuse me, miss? Is this seat taken?" "I am sorry. I am actually waiting for someone," I said without looking up, but the person sat anyway. I told you, I was about to snap the crap out of the person, but when I looked up, it was her, my childhood crush. "Geez, Lily, I was about to snap at you." She only chuckled. "Calm down, chipmunk." She stood up and gave me a hug before going back to her seat. "So how are you, Chang?" I smiled at her. "I am actually doing great. Currently working at some company here. How about quote?" I was about to ask her back, but I noticed her eyes are a little bit puffy. "Lily, are you okay?" She gave me a confused look. I shook my head. "Oh, nothing. But are you sure you are okay?" I asked her again, but she only nodded and smiled at me. There is really something wrong with her, but I do not want to push her to open up to me. Maybe soon. I will just wait for her when she is ready. "Anyway, what company do you work at?" she asked, changing the topic. "Oh, I work at M Corp as a marketing director." She got shocked for a bit and cleared her throat. "Really? Who is the chief executive officer there?" she asked curiously. To be honest, I really have not seen the chief executive officer, but there are a lot of rumors about him or her. That person is really mysterious. I only shrugged. I do not know. I haven't seen the chief executive officer. She nodded and told me about herself also, before bidding me goodbye. We have been talking for hours already, and I learned that she has a girlfriend for 4 years now named Jenny Kim. The way her eyes sparkle whenever she mentions her name, I could tell that she is really in love. But there is something really off about her when she talked about their 4th anniversary. She sounded sad and disappointed. "Lily, where are you planning to work?" I was cut off by the continuous ringing of her phone, but she is only ignoring it. "I think you should get that," I said, pointing at it, but instead of picking it up, she turned her phone off. She smiled at me. "It's not really important. So let's go back to the topic." I nodded and continued what I was saying. "Thanks for the time, Chang," Lisa said while giving me a hug before bidding me goodbye. "Are you sure you do not need a lift home?" I asked. She shook her head. "No, I am fine taking the cab. Take care." I smiled at her and bid her goodbye before going to my car. On my way home, I saw a familiar girl walking. "Hey, Uni," I called her. She also works at M Corp. "Do you need a ride?" She smiled and nodded. I opened the passenger's door for her to enter. "Thank you so much, Rosé," she said while fixing the seatbelt. "My car broke down yesterday, and I need to get it fixed. That's why I'm only taking the cab." I nodded. "Too bad. Are you heading home?" "Yes, I need to make dinner before my girlfriend comes home. You also should come," she said, smiling at me. I agreed with her, and we went straight to her house. While waiting for her to finish cooking, I texted Lisa, asking her if she arrived home safely, but I have not gotten a single reply from her, so I shrugged it off. I heard a door open and revealed a woman. She shouted and looked at me. "Oh, hi there. You must be Rosé," she said, offering me her. I took her hand. "Yes, and you must be." She smiled at me. "I am Solgi, Irene's girlfriend." "Dinner's ready," Irene called, and I chuckled. "We are coming, Uni." I got up and went to the dining table together with Solgi. While eating, I asked Irene some questions about M Corp. "Have you even seen the chief executive officer? I mean, you are the secretary, right?" Unfortunately, she shook her head. "I have seen the chief executive officer once, but just a glimpse of her." "Oh, So the chief executive officer is a woman. I wonder who she is. Really? But I thought you were the secretary? How did you manage to do all the stuff when you have not seen her? I asked her out of curiosity. Her assistant is the one telling me what stuff to do. So yeah. She shrugged. I only nodded and continued eating. After eating, we talked for a while before preparing to head home. Sulji is quite funny, honestly. I had so much fun talking to them. Thank you for the food, Irene Unni, and nice meeting you, Sol, said while bidding them goodbye. Anytime. Take care and see you tomorrow. I gave them a smile before entering the car and heading home. Lisa's point of view. When I got home, I saw Jenny waiting for me in the living room. She looked somewhat pissed off. I greeted her, pretending that nothing is wrong. Where have you been, Lisa? She asked me angrily, crossing both of her arms over her chest while raising one brow. Not that I am tired or something, but I am just not in the mood to have an argument with her. I shrugged. I went out with Jisoo and Sulji. I told her with a bored tone. She stood up and went near me. Then why are not you answering my calls earlier? I took a deep breath before answering her calmly. I was busy dancing and my phone died. Bullshit, she shouted at me. Do not give me that excuse, Lisa, she said in an angry tone. I do not know what I did wrong. She is the one who is at fault here. I just want to breathe, but I do not want to make this argument big. It's time to ask for forgiveness. Ah! Look, I'm sorry, okay, baby? I held her hand, but she removed it quickly. I sighed. I'm just really tired today. Can we please not fight? You know what? I'm going to sleep at my friend's house, she said while walking towards our room. I followed her, and when I got there, her things were already ready on the bed. She was not in the bedroom, but I heard a voice coming from the bathroom. Yeah, come and pick me up quickly, love. I do not want to sleep here tonight. I sighed as I listened to her through the door. Really? See you, love. I love you. Before she could go out of the bathroom, I quickly sat on the bed, pretending to text someone. She went near me to get her things, and without a word, got out of the room. I called her. Please stay, I said, begging, but she only ignored me. When I was about to follow her outside, she was already gone. All I could see was red lights coming from the back of the car, fading. Instead of calling and texting her, I went to the kitchen instead. I grabbed a bottle of wine and drank it in one go, while crying my heart out. Where did I go wrong? I asked myself, I loved you, Jenny. What does he have that I do not? I kept mumbling to myself while drinking, and with that, everything went black. Lisa, Manoban. Someone tapped my cheek. Who the hell is this? Wake the fuck up, Manoban. What happened to you? I immediately opened my eyes when she shouted near my ears. I rubbed my eyes and yawned. Jisoo, what are you doing here? Me? What are you doing here? She said, pointing at the place. We are currently in the kitchen right now. I forgot I slept here. Oh, my bad. I passed out last night, I said, chuckling while scratching my... She shook her head in disappointment. Anyway, Chu, what are you doing here early in the morning? I asked her. Well, someone kept on drunk texting me last night. I wonder who might that be? She said, raising her one brow at me. I quickly checked my phone to see all the embarrassing messages I sent to her. Sorry about that, Chu. I sighed. Jenny and I had a fight last night. She slept at Kai's. Silence. I looked at Jisoo and she was about to explode. She, what exclamation mark? She shouted and I only nodded. I do not like this side of Jisoo. Please give me back my old best friend. Jisoo quickly took her phone out of her purse and immediately dialed Jenny's number. Jenny, where the hell are you? She shouted. Jisoo is really scary when she is mad or pissed off. I only saw this side of her once when we were in high school. I cannot believe I am seeing this again. I only listened to what Jisoo was saying because she did not put it on speaker. Meet me at our house later. I am so disappointed at you. With that, She ended the call without letting Jenny talk back. Jisoo looked at me and sighed. Sorry about that, Lolly. I nodded at her, stood up, and hugged her. It's okay, Chu? Thank you. She hugged me back. Don't worry. I will deal with Jenny later. But please do not tell her about this. I pleaded. She nodded and gave me a warm smile. Jisoo cooked breakfast for me because I could not cook due to my hangover. After we ate, she stood up and was about to go outside when I called her. Jisoo. She looked at me and raised her brows. Please tell Jenny to come home after you guys talk? I anxiously asked. Will do, Lolly. She was about to open the door when I ran to her and hugged her tight with tears falling from my eyes. Thank you, Chu. So much, I said, sniffing. Jisoo patted my head and kissed it. I am always here for you, Lolly, she said with both fists in front of her. I chuckled at her silliness. Take care. She nodded and went out. I was about to go to the bathroom to freshen up when my phone rang. I quickly looked who it was, but unknown number calling.